that we believe that every American, that every person in this country is entitled to certain basic rights. That is why we are here today, to stand up for those rights. My grandfather and grandmother got off the boat from Ireland, and then they raised 5 daughters in Malden. My mother, Christine, had a son who could become a United States Senator. All within a very brief period of time in the United States of America. We have to make sure that we fight so that the immigrants who have come to America in this era have the same opportunity for those children that were provided to the Markey family, to the Kennedy family. We are nothing more than the beneficiaries of the greatness that this country has always had in welcoming immigrants to our shores. It was here, just 3 blocks away, that the American Revolution began, rising up against tyranny, against discrimination. The American Revolution began here, and we won. It is here, just a few blocks away, that the abolitionist movement began. A fight against discrimination, a fight against tyranny. It began here in Massachusetts, and we won. The suffragette movement, it began just a few blocks from here. It was a fight against discrimination. It was a fight against injustice. Massachusetts led the fight, and we won. It was here that the Freedom Riders got on buses at Boston Common and went south in the 1960s. The fight against discrimination, the fight against injustice. Massachusetts led the fight, and we won. It was here that Massachusetts stood up to make sure that everyone had health care. Massachusetts fought. Massachusetts won. It was here that the fight began for gay marriage. Massachusetts fought. Massachusetts won. We fight against discrimination. We fight against injustice. That is who we are today, and that is who we will be in the era of Donald Trump and his... Are you ready to fight against a border wall across this country? Are you ready to fight for Cider and her family from Sudan, who will not be prejudiced against just because she is a Muslim? Are you ready to fight for health care for every single citizen, not just in Massachusetts, but across our entire country? Are you ready, Massachusetts? Are you ready to make sure that Donald Trump does not roll back Medicare, does not roll back Medicaid, does not roll back Head Start, does not roll back all of these programs that we in Massachusetts have led in putting on the books in order to ensure that every single child in our country has access through the democratization of health care and education and opportunity. We're going through a very unusual period in our nation right now. Many people, too many people, are looking to the past nostalgically to a time that never existed. But for the poor, sick, elderly, the immigrants in our country, the past is just a memory. The future is their hard reality. It is our responsibility to make sure that we fight every single day for the rights of all of those people who otherwise are going to be less people. So Joe Kennedy and I, we will be down in Washington shoulder to shoulder every single day, fighting to ensure that we protect the rights of those who need the help the most. I was on the Mexican border on Sunday. I flew down on Sunday to go to the Mexican border between El Paso and Juarez. border that sends people back to Mexico. The people who guard our border know that a wall is not going to protect us. The biggest industry in the era of an 18-foot wall is a 19-foot ladder. The only way that we are going to be successful in keeping this country safe is by better cooperation with the Mexican government, better cooperation with immigrant communities in our country. What President Trump announced today is something that is going to send a chill through the hearts of families who are immigrants all across this country. What he said today was that they're going to implement a new policy that will make it a crime to be driving while immigrant in our country. That if you are in fact stopped, that could lead to your deportation as well. Well, what if that family has innocent children in it? What if it has family members where someone has now been stopped and arrested because they do not have a license? That family will be separated. And what is going to happen all across our country, but also here in Massachusetts, from Boston to Chelsea to Lawrence, is that it's going to reduce the cooperation between law enforcement and the immigrant community. It's going to reduce this sense of safety that can be built on the streets of our Commonwealth and our country because we create that welcoming environment that understands that it's only through cooperation that we're able to build that trust. And so today is another day where Massachusetts stands up and says that we're special. And yes, Massachusetts will persist, but when necessary, we will resist. And we will be a special place for Joe Kennedy and I on the floor every day. We fight for who we are in this whole history of our country. Thank you all. Get out there. Every single day. Thank you, Massachusetts.
Before you guys go, we wanted to send you back to Capitol Hill with a box of letters from your constituents. Come on here.